Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grigsby's War in the East as we continue. Now, I'd like to talk about the numbers. I think we've been putting too much emphasis on their losses. I think what we must concentrate on is their number of men remaining. This is the number that does, in fact, matter. Those lost do not matter anymore, so this is a number we need to keep tabs on. So at the moment, the Red Army has approximately, 480,000 more men than we do, which is honestly pretty good going for us. I believe the Soviets will need about two for every German advantage to be able to push us back. Anything more than that, it's like, yeah, that's overwhelming. So we need to continually drain Soviet manpower to be able to stand a chance. But things nonetheless are going okay. Something I've been reading as well is regarding the HQs and just not moving them if I don't need to. As if we take a look over here then. So you can see here we have the support, the supply dump and the fuel dump. Now, vehicles needed. Right, so at the moment we have more vehicles than we need. I think... Right, vehicles need... Right, okay, so we have 336 vehicles and we need 308. So we have an overcapacity at the moment. When we move this headquarters, we actually lose those vehicles, or we lose a few vehicles. I believe if we go over so much movement points, or if we have less than 100, we do lose vehicles from there being the dumps. It's basically simulating the fact that you are moving those supply dumps and fuel dumps, and that obviously needs vehicles. So when you do move a headquarters, it does take vehicles from the vehicle pool. I'd imagine it'd probably do it for the infantry and just everything in general anyway, yeah. There we go. So that's something that we need to bear in mind. Okay. So we have all this to move now. Headquarter. Yeah, see, we need to sort out these headquarters. Good thing is we can cut off this cavalry division fairly easily, so we shall do that. Or do we? We need to focus on this first. I think we'll solve this problem first, and then... I don't know, actually, I don't know. Yeah, we'll start over here, otherwise it's going to get a bit weird. Might as well start moving down the line. Okay, these forces are incredibly spread out. Yeah, these forces are so spread out. Okay. We definitely do need to sort these armies out. It's been a big push lately to reorganize, and there's still much to do. So what we're doing at the moment then is we are just closing this gap over here. We have isolated a cavalry division, which isn't exactly the strongest, but it does have some value. It's a few thousand men nonetheless, isn't it? So that's decent enough. Right then, so there's an actual force over here that we do need to destroy. It should only take one division. We have the forces at Odessa hemmed in. We do need to sort this out, and then this could be a nice pocket. The thing is, they will receive supply from the ports over here, but it's not going to be great for them. They will suffer. We should be able to overwhelm them. Okay. So let's not get distracted. No. And we wouldn't have that much movement by the time we got over here. I could potentially cut off another division there, fairly easily. It really depends. What I'm hoping to do is pocket these forces here. Okay. So I think we should really begin pushing east towards Vyazma. That's ultimately where our objective lies. Right, so at the moment we don't have any admin points, which is a shame, otherwise I would have reassigned these forces over here. But we'll move up. In fact, we'll move you back then. And then what we shall do is move over here. Yeah. We will have Smolensk, which is quite nice. The thing that we do have to take into account is that we do have to capture key Soviet manpower points. So like over here, like this produces quite a large amount of manpower. The Soviets will feel that loss eventually. I think like 1 manpower point or something like that is like, I don't know, I think it equivalates to like, well, is equivalent to like 6,000 men or something over a year. So you can imagine when you're taking away a lot of that, that does build up. Like that's apparently 60,000 men. More or less, anyway. It's something I've just been reading. I should really look more into it to understand it. Okay, we'll push that cavalry division away. There we go. Okay. There we go. Righty. I need to use these divisions to push. That's what we need to do. And I could use these panzers here to push that open as well. What we need then is to try, and if possible, achieve 3 hexes here, but I don't think that's possible. And then again, I could do it easily here. That's doable. So let's throw some white behind this attack then. Right, there we go. So now, that has opened that up a little bit wider, so I can get some infantry in there. What I'm trying to do here is form the Smolensk pocket once more, and then we can have all of these divisions pocketed. And that is going to be absolutely amazing. It's really going to open up the advance towards Vyazma. I'm saying towards Vyazma as I want to set immediate objectives rather than the obvious overall objective. But taking a look at Vyazma, we can expect little reward from it. Kaluga. I'm looking for Kalinin. Okay, Kalinin over here. Yep. Kalinin would be a much better objective to have taken down here, especially with all that fuel and supply. That one, It's interesting, we are ahead of schedule, really, in certain places, especially here in the center. There's Tula. Tula is a nice objective. Right, let's see here then. So Western Moscow. Right, Moscow itself. You see population 50, manpower 50. Yeah, that's a lot of men there. There's a lot of large cities down here in the east. So in the south. I have been thinking about this panzer group, actually. Do I want to keep it in the south for the time being? I think we will want to possibly redeploy it elsewhere in the future. Where to? Maybe towards the center, actually. Really does depend. It depends on the amount of fuel, actually. I mean, this is perfect terrain for the panzers, so I think we might as well keep them here. That, and it does allow for the encirclements on this large and open terrain, which is something that we can't say for the north Not so much for the center. The center does allow it to a degree, but it's not exactly perfect. So right then, let's carry on. Move you guy. Move you up here. Okay, I'd have 7 there, I'd have 5 there. Let's move the headquarters just down here. Then what I could do is I could move my men here. What we have to bear in mind then is the fact that we have all of this behind us. As long as we keep this open, it doesn't matter if they're pressing on our flanks. And ultimately, I would like them to press on our flanks. The idea being that I try to encircle these forces in the turn after, as they leave themselves vulnerable. I mean, we have a really nice open front here. We just need to pocket these forces, hold our flanks, and then destroy those forces the turn after. I mean, there's some decent over here. I mean, we do have this army. We have the 4th army to push to the south, so we need to push towards Bryansk. So we have Bryansk, and Vyazma as our real linchpins. Okay. Now enough formulating our moves, let's get on with them. Okay. We'll have you move here then. You could do a full attack and push back that on yourself. By yourself, I should say. At least I hope so. Yeah, they should be able to do that. Okay. They have retreated. I could move up to solidify my position there. But what we'll do then is we'll move this force. Do we move there? See, I still do have a division here, so I could use that to bust that open. I still have a few divisions, actually. Yeah. And we do have the 2nd army, as well as the forces, like the cavalry over here to move as well. Which is really nice. I mean, the cavalry could move in there and open that up quite easily. Which is good. Good news, I should say, that I have something immediately available. The 10th Corps over here. 10th Corps, 2nd Army. We need to drastically reorganize this. I know I keep going on about that, and we'll probably go on about it for over an hour, but still. Righto. And now. I'd still have some ability to attack here. But I feel I'd like to have that force there. We might be able to split it into brigades and hopefully hold more ground. Right then, so what we'll do then is we'll take this over here. We could have 7 here, or 5 there. I think 7 would allow us to go for a planned attack, potentially. That does indeed leave us enough to go for a planned attack. Now, the division by itself could potentially break that open. I'm not entirely convinced by 8 combat value. That's not that much compared to their defensive value. So we are going to have to use the other division to back them up. Which is quite poor as these guys over here. Okay. Right. Okay. So we could move there. Oh, we could move over here. So we'll move over here then. Right, so we'll deselect the panzers. Right then. So I can go for the full attack here, push them back. There we go, they all retreated. Now then, that leaves me with 25, nowhere near enough. Only 8 here. What I could do is... I'm just considering whether I should push up on here. I mean, there is this little town here, which does have some supply in it, actually. I would like to have that, but honestly, it's not worth trying for. It's only a small amount of supply. It's just like on the off chance that we do need to draw more supply in the future. Okay. We do have this division here. See, we lose all the maneuverability here. Right. Let's go here. There we go. So now I can move up and occupy these positions, which is really excellent. So, righty. Okay, so like this, we've widened this gap, and hopefully should be able to hold it. Maybe. These panzers now do have the ability to form back up, so I will form them back up into a full division. And we can see their range, which is rather limited due to the zone of control over here. So I do need to use these motorized, I'd imagine, to break the cavalry here. That would be a good idea. Okay. Definitely need to sort out these armies, God. Right, these forces. Which is your command? Your command is here. I could have them stationed in Smolensk, or have it possibly in Smolensk. And then again, we're going to be shrinking the front down slowly. God, I wish we had more in Smolensk. But at least we have taken Smolensk, so that is a major objective there. Before it was Vitebsk and Muglev, those objectives have fallen. Okay. So I will take this division here. Its power should be sufficient to break through. It actually is more than sufficient, that's good news. Ah, you kidding me? Right. Not what I was expecting, in the slightest. Yeah, that was not what I was expecting there. I actually expected them to be able to break through. It should be easily done, though, by the motorized. And then at least with the motorized we can open that up. Right, okay. Didn't go the way I expected it to. Alright, that's what I was hoping for. At least that was nice and easy. And normally they can't move any further. And most because they have absolutely no fuel. But that's fine. It's open. I could get the armor in here and we can lock this down. Which I think we shall do. I think it would be a hell of a lot wiser to make sure it holds this time. Yeah, you can see here now we're open and can move. That's good news. Now, reconnaissance is showing Vyazma as open. Or Vyazma as open. Which is interesting. If possible, I would like to take the city. And let's see here, fuel. Yeah, okay, yes, we, Intriguing. Oh. Okay. Now, see, they have 0 fuel. Do we have any capability of flying fuel here? Not at the moment. Oh, we do actually here. Where's that from? All the way from down there. God damn, that is some extraordinary range. No, but these guys need the fuel down here more than, yeah. Well, you know what I mean. Do we not? I'd be better off giving it to the actual division headquarters. But the fact is that we could get to Vyazma this turn easily is really encouraging. So let's see what we can do here. It may, Actually, you know, depending what is down here, we might be able to set up the encirclement to grab these forces. Or do we keep on pushing towards the actual objective? I'd love to push towards the objective. It's one of those things. If I can get to Moscow early and actually take parts of Moscow while it's relatively open, That makes such a huge difference. And the thing is, if I do move towards Moscow, that's going to threaten everything the Red Army has over here. So in effect, it couldn't make the advance on Leningrad easier. Right, this is one of those things of ultimate consequence, really. But what we're going to do first is we're going to make sure this holds, and then we'll think big. We still have these guys here. Okay. I might be able to switch that infantry division to this headquarters, so we'll give it a go. No, I can't. Okay. Ah, well. Can't allocate you. I guess I'll just fill in that gap. Okay. Right, what we'll do here then is we'll push this force out of the way. Okay, it's a shame that they're not going to be included in that. Right, hit it again. Okay, now if I split this force up, what could I do? Or do I want to split it up? I'd rather make sure they held. I mean, that's a lot of infantry right there. Ideally, I could get 3 hexes. Okay, so I need to make sure this holds. Ah, I feel the weight behind this decision. Oh, wow. Oh. I see. Now, we could potentially pocket these forces here. I don't know if it actually holds. It would depend on what we could do with the infantry here. That's cavalry division by the look of it, I should say. Okay. Let's see what we have here. 13 tons of fuel. Right. Hmm. And this is the issue with the zone of control thing. What do we have here then? So there's a few tank divisions here. There's a lot of cavalry here. There's a lot of just fast-moving things over here. So I mean, if I could lock it down, that would be good. I feel like, I mean, I probably should move that division, but I feel what might be a better option is actually split it into the 3 brigades and then having it here, because then if that puts down the zone of control, which would make it harder for these forces to actually move. What I could do is actually try to push here. So we'll try that actually. So let's see. We'll go for a full attack here. Okay, yep, they've routed. Then they're gonna hold. Damn it. Okay, routed. So I can move here. And here. Okay, that keeps everybody in supply. Route. Oh. Let's see. There's all these air bases here. Okay. Should be across the river. Actually, no. Righty. Right, let's hit the airborne brigade. Yep, there we go. That displaces the army, which is going to cause a hell of a lot of issues for the Soviets. At least the Red Army in this locale. Right. Okay.